Hey y'all. Hey Jen. Hey y'all. So, um, I'm just gonna be over here for a minute because we going to our other class, but I wanted to let y'all know. Some of y'all know about the storm that's supposed to be coming. Hey, I'm not doing class, no homework stuff. This is another different class. It's different. It's an emergency class, should I say? Okay. And I know. Good morning, good night, wherever you at. Good evening, all of that. Y'all know I can't do it over here, but I didn't know it was a big storm coming. Y'all know I be whatever. It's looking like winter is coming for the southern part, like middle and down of the United States. So if you don't have some stuff that you need, you might want to get it. I just seen that. They talk about
It's going to be like 30 below. Cast is actually happening. This is going to be one of those storms you probably remember for much of your life. Basically, the whole more than the eastern half of the United States is going to be below freezing. Most of that below zero. They're calling for foot and a half of snow all through here, all the way to the mid-Atlantic, and 3 inches of ice in this pink band right.
that's the storm that we had in 21 here. Remember, I told you I had to go out with my leg messed up to help my friend. He drove like a trailer, and he came. He was on his way to the West Coast, and baby, was so much ice outside, he almost couldn't get out of here. Y'all remember? It was like everything was kind of like shut down because it was so much ice, and then on top of that, a foot of snow. Okay, listen to this.
3 inches of ice is unbelievably catastrophic. That is worse than what Texas experienced in 2021. There's going to be loss of life. Anywhere there's 3 inches of ice, there's no power. There's not going to be a power line that's not on the ground when there's 3 inches of ice. And emergency services aren't going to be able to reach you because there's 3 inches of ice on the road. That's what's going to happen if this forecast is correct. The grid's going to fail. Refineries are going to shut down. Water systems are going to shut down. Could knock out a couple of LNG terminals if it goes far enough south on the Gulf Coast. This is going to be a disaster if this forecast is even close to accurate. I mean, a major disaster. Huge natural disaster across pretty much all the southern states. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if you live in the pink area, you should plan to be without power for at least a week, maybe a month. That doesn't mean it's going to happen, but you pretty much all the southern states. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if you live in the pink area, you should plan to be without power for at least a week, maybe a month.
Jen, I did see how much snow fell in Russia. That was crazy. And they kept using a word that we see a lot in this class, didn't they? I saw that snow in Russia, and the word that they used either before or after snow, very interesting. Very. Hey, y'all. You said you was thinking of buying a generator for power? Hey, nephew, you better get on that. Ugh. With all the stuff that ain't gonna be coming over here and you still thinking? I don't care if you got to sell some J's, honey. What them J's gonna do if it's freezing in your house? You better get the Hopkins stuff. I done told everybody the stuff that ain't gonna have no value, you better get rid of it and gonna get what you need, because that economic crash that we talked about 4 years ago. You see what they said about them stocks? They said when rich people tell you to buy stocks, you absolutely don't. I said, oh, remembers the class we had? And I said, y'all, the market is inflated. It crashed in about 20 and 20. Ain't nothing really in there, for real, for real. And now they said the market dropped 850 points today. They said if we go into Greenland, which you know we probably are, it's the end of the American economy. I said, the global collapse, that kind, the kind my daddy been preparing us for, that a lot of people that put money in the stocks that I bet to get out of their stocks is gonna wake up and it ain't gonna be no retirement. I said it'll be ready. It'll be better to just go on and take the what you said. Jesus is here. What do you mean? Because there is a Christ on the planet right now, but he's definitely anti. So yeah. Anyway, um, yeah, it's here, honey. So if you can, you should quickly. I don't care if you got to take a loan out against what you got, baby, because you know what they about to do? They about to walk up to people in the middle of the night and say, "Give me all your money. Don't scream, don't yell. Matter of fact, give me your whole life savings. Give me all the equity in your house. Any type of financial gain that you have, don't look around. Just look at me. Go on and hand it over." And you know what folks is about to do? Hello. Involuntarily. I try to tell you niggas, get your money out. I know I ain't on the stock exchange, but my daddy know what was gonna happen. Who remembers us talking about there is a certain person that was gonna crash this country's economy because he is not who we think he is. Y'all remember this? We literally had a conversation about it. And I said, well, technically he works for, and their plan is to, remember? We had this class. Now, to those of you that remember the class, um, does this help you understand why we've been SB'd the whole time? Because even in that, we talked about when they say look over here, look over there. And ain't nobody about to be working and stuff, and kids ain't about to be going to school and get it before you came because he's starting trade wars. The Lord is real. He told us everything we needed to see. Even down to this frost that's about to come down here. Can we do a little quick thing before I get off of here? Because we're going to go to our other house. So I can show y'all some stuff because y'all know I can't show nothing over here. And if you don't know, we are on Substack. Substack. Yes, it is an app. Same name. Because tomorrow is our last day going live over here for good. Yeah, it's about to be the 21st. So there's that. There won't be a CERCA TROVA page anymore. So if you search CERCA TROVA over here, it won't be me. It will not be me. I don't know who it's gonna be, but it ain't gonna be me. So with that, I forgot what I was gonna say. Give me a second, y'all. I got a couple of things I'm talking about. Oh, we can't do that over here. I want to show some things that I feel like everybody should have, but also when we get to the other side. If you all are up to it, if you about to go to bed and you in the bed and you don't feel like it, that's fine. But we need to look at what products come from the South, because those are things that are going to probably either skyrocket in price or we ain't gonna be able to get them. Okay, because if it's freezing and cold and down for 2-3 weeks or whatever else it is, then the products that are normally getting out of there won't be able to get out of there. If those things are shipped in from other places, or well, we know they're transported from the south to the north and the east and wherever else, you need to be paying attention to what products come out of those areas, because they're going to be more expensive, or they are not going to be able to get to you very quickly. So with that, if it's something that a baby needs, or a certain type of fruit that your kid has to have, or a person, in order to be okay, you'll probably be wanting to get that now. And I know some places it's supposed to start tomorrow, some places later in the week. Hey, Mr. Hardy, that's something you need to be on. And so I want us to go over to our new house here in a minute, probably about 25 or so, and then we'll look up some products that could be affected by this weather that's about to come. Because we're not gonna act like we don't hear. We're not gonna act like we don't see. And it's sad that we can't share content over here like we used to, but we gotta go where we can. The point is to get the message out. That's the point. And so I'm gonna wait a few minutes and then we'll go over there. But if you don't have emergency supplies, hello. Well, Erica, we ain't gonna be over here. We're going to Substack. Tomorrow's our last day going live over here. So if you miss our classes, but we've been on YouTube the whole time. Yeah. I don't know if you know that or not, but yep. Yeah. Tomorrow, it's a bittersweet moment tomorrow. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Ah! Tomorrow is a bittersweet moment for me, but we're moving on. Okay? That's what we're gonna do. But it is a bittersweet moment for me tomorrow. Love you too. It's an app. Yep. It's an app. So that's where we go live. That's where we still have our classes on YouTube, but we do have our classes here. Not here, but on Substack. That's where they are now. So we're getting ready to talk about it, but we're gonna talk about it on Substack, not over here. Hi Tasia. I'm just letting everybody know we on, so that way, cause tomorrow's our last day over here. Oh, tomorrow is our last day. It's gonna be so different now. Why? Do you know what's going on with TikTok? Are y'all awake and alive? Do y'all know what's happening tomorrow? Y'all think y'all TikTok is about to be the same? Oh, okay. Okay, I hope we ain't acting like ostriches now. I need y'all to not do that, because you got to look at the news and see what's going on, and understand that you could be telling folks exactly where you are and everything about you. It's not just on TikTok, it's everywhere. The information I'm talking about, but I don't talk about it over here because they be playing. We talk about it on Substack. But, I mean, the world is changing. And it has changed very quickly, and your rights and freedoms have changed very quickly too. So this is why we go into well, we've been over on Substack, but it's the same name. So, yeah, we won't do that over here no more. Because I'm not going to keep getting blocked for telling the truth. Y'all the shadow banned the nigga. But you know what? Who remembers when we first started doing this, and I was like, I'm not gonna sign up for the creators program because I don't want to get used to a certain type of whatever, and then they just cut my stuff off, or they can control what I say because I'm in that little program. That's why I never got in it. So I've been able to say what I mean. They'll block us every once in a while, but I've been able to say whatever I want to say pretty much the whole time. No, so I gotta trade in y'all change for Satan. No, and that's why ain't nothing subscribed and none of that over here either. Cause you can't pay me to say what you want me to say. I'm gonna say what I want to say. So let me not, cause y'all gonna kick me out. I already know. And I made it 4 years. You hear me being able to say, even if I just said it another way, I've been able to say what I wanted to. You understand? I didn't have to not say and go along with nothing. We ain't selling nothing over here, so we gonna say what we want to say. We gonna do what we want to do over here in half for 4 years, honey. Oh, you said why did I see the movie Drop Dead Fred? It's a real good movie, and now you know why I used to be calling people Drop Dead Fred friends. You can't tell me people on the internet don't act like Drop Dead Fred friends. They do. They do. And that used to be one of my favorite movies. And when I see people running around just doing stuff, they act just like Drop Dead Fred's friends. All the people that was in the waiting room with the imaginary friends, they all act like that. A lot of people. And they be thinking they doing something, and that's what I see when they be typing and stuff. And I'm a visual person, so when people type stuff, I just imagine them acting like that when they typing it. Like scrolling on, I mean, like on the floor, scrolling on their back, like talking to me and stuff. Oh, so you that kind of crazy. Never mind. Just, yeah. That's the kind of crazy you is. I was because everybody got a type of crazy. We just got to figure out what kind you is. And once we do, we can move on. Because what the heck? You just whatever flow through into your sensors down here, your fingers, you just use it. Okay. You didn't use none of the sensors coming from your brain to none of your muscles to say you probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't. No, you ain't use any of that. You just did. It's okay. I understand. Girl, especially in this time we in. No. Thank you. It has a hood too. My grandbaby got one just like it. And she said, my robe. Yeah, put your robe on. They used to call them house coats back in the day. I'm an old lady, so there's that. But if you don't follow us, I normally don't say this. I feel so weird telling people to follow me because you do what you want to. But tomorrow is our last day going live on TikTok, and when you search CERCA TROVA, it won't be my account. So if you are used to coming in our classes or thinking you'll be popping in over here, that won't be possible over here because we won't be going live anymore over here. So, oh, I'm old enough for sure. Lord's willing, I'll be 46. Very grateful for that. Whole grandma about to be 5. You said 5. So I can't believe it's about to be 5 of them niggas running around. Jeez. Well, hey, that's fine. I'm old for me. I've been on my own a very long time. I lived a lot of life. Hey, we getting ready to go over to Substack because we need to have an emergency preparedness rerun real quick. Not of a lot of different stuff, but just some things, because if this storm is coming, we want to make sure that we're prepared for it, okay? So we will be leaving TikTok here in about 10 minutes, and we're going to go over to Substack and have a quick class. Yes, it's the same. Anything that has to do with me is going to be that. That's it, that's all. Oh, I know, but please, yeah. You have to be, yeah, I already said it. We already talked about it, but we don't type it out because that's why we have to leave here. You just got to say it in a different way. It's fine, though. I get you. Yeah. So, yeah. You're welcome. Hmm. I just be want to know, cause I mean, now that I know they really been hiding us, it's the same. Um, I learned so much here. Thank you. You're welcome. Hopefully it helps. You know, that's why I said this has been a great experience. I feel like we are God allowed us to impact a lot of different people, a lot of different sectors. We were able to reach pretty much all the continents and some islands, honey. Did you hear me? We sent um books and knowledge. God allowed us to do some amazing things on TikTok. That's why I will not take away from this experience, because that's how we all got to meet each other. Most of y'all met me either on TikTok or Instagram. Some of y'all found me on YouTube, but if you found me on YouTube, you probably saw me on Instagram, somebody sharing my stuff, or TikTok, right? But it's been 4 years. It does not seem like it's been 4 years, which is mind blowing. Promise it feel like it's been a good year and a half, but it has been 4 years that we've been doing this. It don't feel like it. I don't know about for y'all, but it don't feel like it for me that it's been 4 years. Like, that's mind blowing. We've been a university. Yes, I know. Started the free online university stuff, did. Now it's a whole bunch of free online universities of all kinds. Yeah, not a dollar, not a. You said you remember the good old days? Yeah. You said you've really opened my eyes to so many things. God did. God did that. It's not a website, it's an app. Good evening. CERCA, I've been popping in and out for 4 years. I've learned so much. Well, good. You know we're not gonna be over here. It is better over there. Come on over. It's not heavily censored. It's like our old days. Like, I can pull up the books, I can show products of stuff, and it's not you getting marked for sales and all this whole weird stuff. Get it in your cart, and baby, I love it. It's just like the old TikTok when I first got over here. Yeah, it's great. And you can, like, I don't, but if you want to immediately charge a subscription like $1, or you can pick your subscription fees instantly. You can go live. It doesn't matter if you got one follower or none. Yeah, it's nice over there. So, and it's not all of the rigmarole over here. Okay, thank you. I appreciate y'all for listening. Got it because of you. Want to continue to learn the truth. Okay, thank you. I want to join. What do you need to do? You just go to Substack and find us under the same name. You said, oh, it's done tomorrow, sister. I will not be going live over here no more. Matter of fact, my account ain't even gonna say CERCA TROVA no more, and it's only gonna be here for me to get information until it's dangerous too, and then I'll be out of here completely. I've already deleted all my stuff out of here and everything, and I'm about to start over here because I just found out something about them as to why people ain't been able to find us, and they capped us at the followers that we have over here. I don't necessarily say followers, but that's what it is. They've been hiding me for a minute, and now I know why. Yes, now I know why. Because all of these companies is ran by the people that is doing everything that's happening right now. They like, get this black out of here. Mm-hmm. Everything. We got 1,700 classes telling y'all what's happening all in every place right now. Hello. Yeah, they say, get this elf out of here. We don't like nails anyway, for real. Ah! She go too deep. When she was just talking about the Giants and they thought she just had a full hat on her head, yep, we'll let her go. But soon as she starts telling them what is about to happen in our plan, no, get this helper out of here. Hide the niggas. Hide them. And it's been going on ever since. But guess what? The message got to who it's supposed to get to. And did. The seeds was planted. So it don't really matter now. I did. Y'all, it's written there. Just scroll up. Everybody's asking the same question. You will see the answer. Get yourself out of here. So, I'm excited though. We got a new adventure. Are you guys ready to get? Come on, everybody, get on the bus. It's Mrs. Frizzle. We about to take off again. Listen, you said I've learned more here than in church. The church folks are not being informed. We'll talk about it. Come on over, Erica, the Substack, because we gonna talk about it. We definitely gonna talk about it. Miss, come on, CERCA Frizzle. Come on, we on the Magic School bus. If you'd like to take a ride, come on in here. Cause this didn't, excuse my language, this done been a hell of a ride, ain't it? Listen. It is. You said they just mad you blew up on here in 2 seconds after saying you wouldn't. Cause you know the story about how I even got over here. They didn't want us to, they thought I was just I mean, I am a regular nigga. I am, but not that kind. So let me tell you something. You want to know something? I need you to go look this up. Remember, we didn't crash. We crashed the government website. And y'all don't think they know who we is. We freaking crashed government book websites. What do you mean? You niggas was downloading so many books, nigga. They banned that, and it had been up forever. Yeah, they know who we is. You nigga, they said all the niggas is reading again. Oh no. We need them to do mindless swiping, not mindless, not educating. No. Then they start banning books right after we made books popular again, because they wasn't. Everybody was swiping, baby. And then after us, they was, books over Birkins and stuff. What? And they was hitting up all the Goodwills, buying up everything. Yeah, they said the niggas is waking up. It's the awakening. No, we thought she was just, no. And did shut Amazon books down. And was all the books that we was, God had us refer, they was selling out in minutes. Sold out for 2-3 months. You said you silly, but it's the truth. It is. Books over Birkins. I said you can keep the Birkins. Just buy me some books. Jesus bags and all. And still do got our Jesus bags. Now they full, ain't they? You can't go nowhere without some kind of book. You got to have a piece of book or something. Let me just grab something, because I'm going to sit in the car and read while you do whatever you do. You said you're going to be here all day. Let me grab my book. Books are... So, I was going... You all in my business, because I meant to say this the other day. It's people sitting on small fortunes, and they don't even realize it. Yeah. The wealth just flipped, honey. Sure did. So all the folks that told you was crazy, when you could just download a book, when they turn the intranet off, and knowledge is not so free, if they close the libraries, well, some of them ain't small, because some of y'all got some good books. You said books are our new pillows and cuddle buddies. Listen. Ooh, don't type that. But yeah, we just gonna say, because when you type that kind of stuff, Erica, they come over here. But yeah, we just say it. Look at you. How good it feels to be obedient. Ooh. The fact that they start banning books for real, like 2 years or so, 3 years after we did this, after God let us go through and do some stuff like this right here, that was not a coincidence. As long as people were asleep and they were not reading the masses, they were fine with the books being there because everybody walked right past them. There was only a few. And I'm not saying a lot of people didn't read, but people didn't read like they read them right now. Do you understand? People are looking up old books, but nobody trying to look at no old books. If it wasn't pretty and looked like it cost some money, they didn't want it on the shelf. It needed to look modern and whatever. Oh, okay. But all of that stuff being edited. Hello. It all has. All of it. That part. It did. He said, finally got my second copies of the OTP. I just found the Book of Noah. Come on, Ted. Don't it make your toes wiggle? I wish I could read the books that they said is too many books that of all the miracles that the Christ did. They said the world couldn't even contain them. I wish I could get in there. So for people to say that's all the books is mind blowing because, well, some of y'all homework the other day was to look at the not 72 but 82 huh. You said you're the human form of the North Star. You've paved the path for so many. Oh, thank you, sister. I feel like that's the Lord, though. But I got you. I'll be a messenger for him. You said whenever I see someone selling books, I always make a purchase. Pretty cool. Because God has put information everywhere. You said we got the good books too, baby. The good ones. Indeed. I like how you said that. Throw your head back and say good. We got the good books. You said it. And look at how they want everybody to not have knowledge now. They tell you not to believe what you see, don't they? You see, you can see it with your own two ojos. Those ojos, you can see it. And they'll say, no, 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 no. It's one of these right here. Let me see. It's a new, the old word for AI, illusionology. Who remembers us looking into this little bitty kids book? And this is for educational purposes. TikTok, we leaving y'all anyway, so it is what it is. But remember us going over all of the illusions? Seek and you shall find. A movie reference. You said we be having a time. Listen, you said I got 4 new books today and I got 3 more coming tomorrow. Come on. You said, yes, I told my brother I don't like downloading books. I like the feel, of books and the smell of them. Ooh, baby, that's why I be here sneezing like crazy. Some of these books was old. Okay? Some of them that sat down in a moldy basement for... You said that's me too. I can't stand to take books. I mean, now don't get me wrong. I read on the Kindle. I read on my iPad. I will. I'll do both. That's why I got a pen on all my iPads and my phone got a pen. I'm gonna write a note wherever I can, honey. I'm gonna use it while I can use it. But after that, I'm gonna go on and move on. But yeah, I'm gonna write wherever I can. I need a pen for everything. Whatever I'm using, I use that and this, screenshot it and print it so I have a physical copy. But yeah, I'm using whatever I can. But again, the old name for AI was illusions, and that's what we're seeing now. And it's funny because we bought this children's book, Illusions, right, or Illusionology, and people were like, oh, that's a kid's book. Oh, you use a kid's book every day when you use AI, because that's not real. It shows you what you want to see. It's not a material thing. So then, now we pay for them to feed us illusions in every way. Hello. Filters are illusions. Lighting is an illusion. Makeup, an illusion. So we actually do like illusions. We'd rather have that than the truth. which is really crazy. Isn't that interesting? And now they have it to where you don't even know if it's real or not. Illusions. All illusions. What we got here? I don't think I've all looked through this book all the way. Look at that. What is this? Oh, that's it. But there's something here. Is there a card? Nope, it's already out. So what do we see in here? Now this even has, I like clockworking some things. I like the windings of clocks. I don't know what that's supposed to be used for. But anyway, off to our other house. You'll want to follow us on Substack because we get ready to have an emergency class over there. So, CERCA TROVA 22 on Substack. If you want to get in on this class, that's where we're going to be. Tomorrow's our last day going live on TikTok. I'm going to miss you guys. This is where I jumped off the porch, but it's time to move on. Okay, so I'll see y'all over there. If not, tomorrow's our last day over here, and that's where we'll be having. Are you coming, Val? Get on and come on now. We not over there. And you can start doing your stuff over there and charging your subscriptions and going live right now. Get on it, nephew. Yellow. Charge $1 a month. Get you 100 subscribers, honey. That's a little change. They not like this place over here. You hear me? They are not like this place. Now, I ain't charging, but everybody else can, and y'all can start your podcast. If you wanna, if you feel like God been telling you to do it over there. You ain't gotta have no amount of followers or nothing. You could be starting your podcast this evening, everybody. Today. You ain't gotta wait for no whole bunch of people to follow you or nothing. You can start. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. What's this? I don't know. You might have to restart your server because it's been fine. I don't know. All right. So, Substack. That's where we at. That'd be so crazy. Y'all, I took a nap earlier. Y'all see the grouchy face. So that's why I've been a little snappy. I realized anyone else phone been twitching, or is it just me? No, that's all happening. They said we got, what's the names, solar flares, but every time it be, listen, we already talked about the communication part of RAW. It's happening in our face. We talked about weather being a form of RAW. It's happening in our face. We talked about economic restraint being a form of RAW. We're watching it in our face. All of it. Hey, y'all. Hey, Shinami. We talked about all these things, and we're watching them happen in real time. He said, I got my notebook. I'm ready. Hey. So, I think that weather conditions, if men and women are playing God, are about to be a little different. Okay? So, if this cold weather is coming to the southern half of the United States, we need to be looking up the stuff that comes out of there. Okay? If it's baby milk, whatever, diapers, whatever comes from that area where this man is showing this really bad storm. Because like he said, the power could be out. If it's as bad as they say, and we don't know, it could not be, but if it is, people are telling people you need to prepare for your power being out for up to a month. Now, I don't know what that would do for most people, right? But understanding power being out in the city is gas pumps, pharmacies, maybe even grocery stores if they don't have backup generators or some type of way to do that. So then, if you don't have what you need in your house to keep you and your family going, because think about this, the power goes out, the pumps go off. Where are you going to get your gas from? And if it's ice and stuff on the ground, you're not going to be able to safely travel outside of your space. Okay? We don't know if this is for sure, but it's a lot of folks saying, hey, you need to prepare for the worst in this situation if you're in this area. Right? So I'm going to show the area that this man is talking about so that you all can see it.
Going to be below freezing, most of that below zero. They're calling to talk about the storm that's coming this weekend because I didn't want to freak people out. And a lot of these forecasts never pan out, but this one is panning out, it looks like. Yeah, everyone's in agreement now that the crazy forecast is actually happening. This is going to be one of those storms you probably remember for much of your life. Basically, the whole...
And he's not the only person that said that. I was looking at like some newscasts and stuff, and they were saying that too, like the storm of the century type deal. And then they were saying Texas and the southern United States needs to prepare. Well, I'm gonna let him say it.
More than the eastern half of the United States is going to be below freezing. Most of that below zero. They're calling for, foot and a half of snow all through here, all the way to the mid-Atlantic, and 3 inches of ice in this pink band right here.
You said I'm a flight attendant. They're already preparing to cancel flights. Oh, so they know what's coming, Tiff. Thank you. See, this is why I love that we got everybody. Baby, we got people that's in the field and in the air and in the water and over the water. And I love it here. Thank you. Did y'all hear that? Tiff says she's a flight attendant and they're already preparing to cancel flights. So this is why we about to do this class real quick. No, don't do that.
3 inches of ice is unbelievably catastrophic. The United States is going to be below freezing. Most of that below zero. They're calling for, foot and a half of snow all through here, all the way to the mid-Atlantic, and 3 inches of ice in this pink band right here. 3 inches of ice is unbelievably catastrophic. That is...
Mind you, that's like the southern part of the United States. I don't know if y'all can see, but look at this right here. Y'all see that? It's that pink is right over like Texas, Florida. You see? Yeah, it's going all the way. Look like part of Mexico and some other stuff too. So here we go.
Worse than what Texas experienced in 2021. Foot and a half of snow all through here, all the way to the mid-Atlantic, and 3 inches of ice in this pink band right here. 3 inches of ice is unbelievably catastrophic. That is worse than what Texas experienced in 2021. There's going to be loss of life. Anywhere there's 3 inches of ice, there's no power. There's not going to be a power line that's not on the ground when there's 3 inches of ice. And emergency services aren't going to be able to reach you because there's 3 inches of ice on the road. That's what's going to happen if this forecast is correct. The grid's going to fail. Refineries are going to shut down. Water systems are going to shut down. Could knock out a couple of LNG terminals if it goes far enough south on the Gulf Coast. This is going to be a disaster if this forecast is even close to accurate. I mean, a major disaster.
These be like $9. You can get them cheaper than that sometimes. $9. It's the kerosene lamp. You can buy a jug of kerosene oil or lamp oil, paraffin lamp oil, not kerosene, paraffin lamp oil. Okay? It's now, Dusty. It's now. This storm is coming in already. We already got people saying that they're already canceling flights. I believe this comes with one of the wicks, but these produce heat as well, just so you know, right? Also, if you can run to Walmart or somewhere and grab one of these and grab you some propane, you need to do it ASAP, okay? You said you can use olive oil too? Thank you. Okay? So you can use olive oil too. You need to go on and grab one of these. So if nothing else, you can boil water, okay? You can cook if there's no power, and you can use this to heat up a room with steam, put the, cover the windows and all of that kind of stuff, and do that. If you have terracotta pots in the garage, you need to grab those, clean them so that you can make a radiator heater just in case the power goes out. These are gonna come in handy if you can run to the Dollar Tree and they got them out. Yeah, olive oil for the lamp, Katie. That's what she said. For the oil lamp. Thank you for telling me that. I didn't know that. These for your pipes in your kitchen, in your bathroom. If the pipe's outside, I would be getting some of this and maybe wrapping it in some heat tape. Okay? Because these you can put like on your spigot outside. One of the things I know, you can turn off the water source to the spigot so that helps it not freeze. I don't know if y'all know that or not. It's a place where you can turn off the spigot, because a lot of times that's why people's pipes bust, is because that cold air will be coming up in the spigot that's connected to the rest of the house, and it gets through there. The freeze starts at your spigot, at your water hose spigot. So they got different things that you can put on your water hose, so that way that helps with that. Get some of this to insulate the pipes that are connected to your house, the ones that you can see. Okay. Also, just in case the water does freeze and the pipes do bust, you can put a 5-gallon bucket. Go to Lowe's and ask them for some sawdust, as much as you can get. Right? See if or go to a place where they chop wood and all of that, and ask for some sawdust so that you can put you a bucket or something out, because you don't want to keep going in the same toilet and can't do nothing and the pipes is frozen. So I would suggest making some type of makeshift toilet until you can, because if the pipes is busted, you can't flush no toilet. So, or frozen, you can't flush. So get you something like this, or some version of this. Some people just use a bucket, and hey, I understand. But this is going to be something that'll make your life a little bit better. They have poo little things that you can like dump in here to keep the smell down, and it kills like bacteria and stuff like that. People use it when they go camping for their portable toilets and stuff. You can get that, grab that if you have it. Find the cheapest option. It don't gotta be nothing, but this kind of stuff in case of emergencies is going to be very important, y'all. Okay. You say, or Piedmont's. Okay. You said they sell a seat you can put on a 5-gallon bucket. I know. I get it. Listen, Dusty. Now, you didn't been here a long time. I just said, in whatever way you find it, I'm just showing what I have. And folks need to go looking, and you know that. Okay? I'm just telling people these are some of the main things that you should have, however you get it, because we didn't even have no seat. We used to just piss in the bucket and poop in the bucket if we was out and about. I know. I'm just saying, get something so that your family can be sanitary during a time of not being able to flush your water or flush the toilet or whatever else. I know they do. You can put this on top of a bucket. Okay? So those type of things. Also, an emergency kit. Go to the Dollar Tree and put one together if you don't have one. You heard them say, what's the name? That emergency folks might not be able to get to you. That's going to be important. You'll need to do that. So get you some Band-Aids and stuff. Also, while you can, I get it. I'm just, so, I hear you. I'm just saying, that's a toilet top seat, girl. I'm just saying they need to get something. But, amen. With that, get you some jugs. You don't necessarily have to go buy a whole bunch of bottled water, but you need to be filling up water and getting some water filtration tablets if you have, and go ahead and learn how to do that. Because if you know it's coming, you can use water out of your sink or toilet or whatever else it is. Not toilet, sink or tub. Blah. Blah. I did not mean to say toilet, but you can from the back if you have to. That's a thing too. Um, if you have to, if you ain't putting no stuff in here, you actually can drink the water out the back of the toilet. The back, not this part, the back. In rare cases, you might have to. So with that, get you some bags or whatever, and some jugs. Fill up some water. You hear me? Because if it's frozen and the streets are frozen, yeah, don't type that. If you type that, you cannot type it like that. That's what's getting folks blocked at the other places, right? We still don't type that word. You need to find another word for that. No. I love you. Y'all gotta watch y'all words or else we won't be able to talk over here either. Whatever it is, you cannot say it like that. And that's something I will not be reminding people over here. I love y'all. Because I want to be able to say what we can say over here, but you have to find a new way to say it. Okay? So, with that, go get you some bags if you can. I was going to bring a whole bunch of stuff in here. I'm not. But beans and cornbread, stuff like that is going to be a big thing. If you can go get some rice and one pot, like soups and stuff like that, just in case there's no power. It doesn't matter about it being censored. AI is reading everything, but that's never been okay to type that stuff because I understand how the government works. It's okay. Baby, if you don't know, they monitoring every single keystroke you have. And a lot of stuff can bring them to your house. So it's not just about here, it's about everywhere. People are being picked up for the things they're writing on the internet. I don't know if you know that or not. And military prisons don't have to tell nobody where you at or that they have you. You said they have been telling us in your area to get ready for this weather. Okay, good job. Good job. Hey, Pumpkin. So definitely get some lamps. Also, are you emergency light bulbs? These work with your body, with water, with a number of different things. You can put this down in a bowl of water. We found out it works in dirt. And you can touch it to like the metal foil pans from the Dollar Tree. It'll light up. Now it doesn't put out any heat, but I'm literally powering it with my fingers. So if you don't have any of this and you know the power's going to be out, it might not help during the day, but at least you don't got to be stubbing your toe at night. It does come with little hanging things that'll turn it on and off. And right now you can put you can put these while you do have power in all of your lamps. It might be a little bit dimmer or whatever, but when the lights go, if the power does go out, these automatically cut on. Some of them have a switch on them where you have to turn it on, but this one doesn't. Amazon. Yeah, but they sell them at Walmart, Walgreens. They sell these everywhere now. You used to really could only find them there, but now they're everywhere. Lowe's got them. Now they be a little pricey over there, but yeah, if you can go and get them from Amazon while you can, I would. And they work in water. They come with these little pieces that I never knew what they were for the whole time I had it. And you can plug this into a thing like this, right? I didn't know what these things was for. I had no idea. I said, no, why would they do that? Never tried it until somebody told me in here. So then you put that in there and you have a light, right? Emergency light bulbs. Filling up milk cartons with water right now. Come on. Come on. We have to. Gotta be ready. So, of course, this one isn't charged, right? But you can put these in your, lamps in the hallway or wherever else. And so then if the power goes out, they automatically cut on. This one is been charged from just me rubbing my feet on the ground. Just know that. And if your heart is beating fast, it'll charge it as well. I mean, it's going to work. So, you see, that's just, right? Let the kids run around and charge it or whatever. So, definitely have something like that. Terracotta pots. candles if you can. Um, Also, I would try to, um, if you can a lot of your meat. You don't have to do everything, but so that it doesn't spoil, that would be a good deal, just in case. I mean, if you know that you're in the area where it's gonna be out for a long time, you don't want your food to spoil. You said I live in an RV and you've been insulating for the cold. That part, come on, it's a real thing. So just some minor things that, or small things that I feel like are going to be vital. That doesn't cost a lot to do. Um, if you can, I would go to the Goodwill if you don't have heavy blankets, and look and see if they have some wool blankets in there. And they're normally pretty cheap. They normally don't charge that much. I ain't been to the Goodwill in a long time, but that might be a thing just in case everybody got to get in one room and one bed or whatever, two spaces, so that you can radiate heat and keep in what you can. So I'll be right back, y'all. But I was just seeing that, I'm like, dang. The crazy thing is this could all be created with the weather machine. And it's so crazy that right at the time when there could be attacks or invasions or warfare, right? And I normally don't say, but warfare, that the weather is real crazy. And we know that that is a type of, you know, a tool they use. So, and they don't care about us being casualties to get in the middle of their, to get in the middle of their stuff. They want what they want. So just prepare yourself. This is so crazy. What's really scary about this is there might not be FEMA help, right? And that's the scary thing. But we talked about the government not coming to help us when all this stuff started to happen. So just be mindful, family, that we can't we gotta depend on God and ourselves right now, because our government is not concerned with its citizens having what they need. Okay? And this is why God told us to prepare early. I know. Um, so, oh, goodness. Sorry. I was gonna grab some more stuff, but I just don't want to have to put all that stuff back. Y'all know all the emergency stuff. I was just trying to think of the main things that were gonna be needed, because that's a serious thing. Okay. I don't want nobody to be cold, nobody to not have no food. If you can get soups and things that are not going to take up a lot of your butane, I would do that. That you could maybe add some potatoes and stuff too. But definitely be thinking about a plan. If you have a solar generator, I would make sure it's charged. Even the smaller ones that are like on our lights and stuff like that. And then also, if you have a battery thing for your car, I know a lot of these have USB chargers and stuff on them too. So if you have a car jumper, I would make sure that's charged as well, because you can charge your phone and they have flashlights and stuff on them. Okay, so all of your emergency tools, you need to make sure, like, have a good shovel just in case you have to break up the ground. I know they've been playing with the salt, but there's other things I think that will melt ice safely, I'm sure. So look into that. I don't know if you can get sand and put that down. I know that helps with people being able to get traction to, like, get out of their what you call it, driveways and stuff. Maybe get some gravel or something. I don't know, but because folks buy up all the salt, they panic and they buy it all out. So look into some other options really quickly if you're in that area where that is going to be. You said, circa FYI, I can go for 2.5 to 3 hours. Remember from the storm. Okay, and that's cooking, right? Is that for your butane stove? You said kitty litter, Jen? Okay, I knew it was something they put down there. So kitty litter. Thank you. Are you talking about the butane, sis? One can will go to 2.5. Wait a minute. Okay. So one can go for 2.5 to 3 hours. Thank you, sister. So one can of butane, which is about what? I don't know. I know they was $4 to $8 when we was first buying them. I don't know how much they are now. But we got somebody that was able to use her butane stove. She was in Florida when the craziness happened, and that can, she was able to cook and do whatever, heat water, right, for showers or washing up or cleaning or washing dishes, because we don't think about that kind of stuff. But I mean, yeah, yeah. Well, that's why you're supposed to be trying one can out, so you know how it works and how long, so you can make sure you have enough cooking and bathing. Come on, girl. Who about to be around here stinking? Not us. Just because the world is in it don't mean I gotta stink. We making soap and everything, kids. Who about to be around here? We're not. I can't. I don't want to. You said we need to set out some of these items before. Right, so that we can find them quickly. Right. That's why I'm telling everybody. That's why I'm letting them know. Get your emergency stuff out. Even if you feel like it's not going to come to where you are, we know stuff gets wafting up to other places. So it's just, at this point in time, with everything that's going on, and not people during these emergencies not having access to, also make sure you have a radio. Okay, you need to have some type of radio, because if the power goes out, what TV, what internet. Also, if you got kids and you got a little change, go on and grab you one of these so they don't drive you crazy. Because if it ain't no internet, how they gonna watch TV? They ain't gonna be able to do too much on their tablets if it's online gaming for the little kids and whatnot. So make sure you got some apps that are downloaded, right? And then if you can, grab you one of these and go to the Dollar Tree and go get you some little movies or something. And you can charge this if you have a generator, or even in a car. You know, you can charge it in the car for the nighttime. Let them run around. Hey, Pumpkin. Let them run around during the day. And at night, we get one movie or, whatever. You don't know. But we want to make sure that we're prepared for, yeah. It's and they have all different sizes. Auntie sent me this one. But it's 11x6 screens, Blu-ray, and disc and DVD player. So you can go to Dollar Tree, Pawn Shop real quick. You ain't got to get a lot. You say yes, and thrift stores have so many movies for spare change. Exactly. So go on and grab you something. Just in case, because if it ain't no power, it ain't going to be no internet either. 9 times out of 10. What's really crazy is I feel like I had deja vu of this. think I told y'all about my dream where everybody, we was like sliding around on ice and everything. I did tell y'all. I did. And I'm going to look in my journal and see. I had a dream like about a really bad snowstorm. You did too, Jen? Yeah. And I remember I told you I had to like gun it over the ice, and me and my mama was going somewhere. You said it's good to pay attention even if it's not in your area because you never know what you'll need or what they'll do, right? Oh yeah, and get a full tank of gas. It was only $2.19 in Waco. Thank you. You said and walkie talkie is good for person to person, but no radio, right? We got them. Got them. Got these and these. We got both of them. One's for the house and one's for the house. We also have CB radios. So if you need to get one of those and know what's going on, you just make sure you can get out to the out. It's going to be a good thing. You said my son asked for a handheld game with 1,000, with thousands of games for Christmas, so he will have something in, and it's in color and everything. You said just a thought for the games. Oh, okay. And it runs on batteries. I think I seen that like on TikTok. It's like the white thing or something like that, and it has a little. Well, it's a what's the name, and it got the little piece on it. Am I tripping? Anyway, you can get them a handheld gaming system with thousands of games on it to take batteries. Cause you right, you ain't about to drive me crazy. You gonna find something to do. Okay, so that's a good deal. Well, it's the same ones though. I'm just saying. I'm thinking but the same thing. They was selling them there too. They gonna be selling them everywhere. It's probably the same one I seen, or something similar to it. But I did see them, and they do have like all the old school games on it, everything. So no matter where he got it from, it's probably the same gaming system because they be having them. But I get what you're saying. And I know they had the ones that hook into the TV too, and then it has the game systems on it. That's actually a really good idea, especially if you have kids of different ages and stuff like that like to play games and stuff. So you said break out those percolators in case the power go out. Yeah, you talking about the percolator? What is that? I don't know what a percolator is. I know what a percolator is, but you said deck of cards, Uno, board games, right? Right. But some of these kids don't know nothing about that. You said possible difficulty with bus coming through the Gulf of America. Interesting. Okay, so did y'all do some of y'all home? I want to talk about that so bad, but I'm not gonna do it. I want to. We gonna move on to other stuff. Ah! You said manual coffee pots. Okay. All of it. At least just know where it is, know if it works. The worst time to find out if it works or not is when it's happening. So, and it might not be as bad, but you'll want to prepare for it just in case it is. Okay? Because busted pipes, no heat, no electricity, none of that is fun. Have an emergency plan, even to something good to do. If you can get plastic sheets or take trash bags, right? And cover your mattresses with a thick layer of even painter plastic. So that way, God forbid, even if like in Texas, I know y'all pipes is in y'all ceilings. So with that, at least you could get some dry cloths and stuff like that. Get some dry sheets or whatever. If all of that, put some of that in some like Ziploc bags, bedding, and then that way, if nothing else, y'all got a dry place to sleep. If it's not, you know what I'm saying? Get you some plastic sheets, wrap everybody mattress in some plastic. So that way it don't matter how much water fall down. Once it freeze and you could be okay if y'all moving beds around, everybody got a dry place to sleep. If your mattress isn't already in plastic already. And then I would, if you got extra blankets, just put those in. So we got these, but you can do it with trash bags too. These are big enough, right, to hold a lot of blankets and stuff like that. Put some sheets and you can even put pillows in here. Want everybody take their favorite pillow for right now and put it in here, so that way if everything is wet, you can still have some dry, clean stuff. I would do clothes and stuff too. You know what I mean? Put everybody a couple outfits or something in there, vacuum seal them, and put them up in a closet or somewhere where, maybe there's no, uh, where the water might not be. I don't know if you got attics or how that's going to work. But even put them in the trunk of the car or something if you have to where you can, everything is dry, right? Because if everything is flooded and you can't, you just about the crazy. I would, you know, because it's looking like it might be crazy. And then also, please check what you normally buy, right? And if that's something that is shipped up from the south to the north or wherever, you're going to want to try to get that now, because if the roads are bad there, if there's no power, nobody's going to be going to work, and whatever your normal products is that come from that way, you won't be able to get them. Not right away unless they're already in a facility or something somewhere. So this is real crazy, but I'm grateful that God told us what to get. Even if you just got your most basics, like a way to cook, a way to keep warm, and a way to charge your phone, you know? Have some emergency supplies, please. Do y'all get tired of me fussing at y'all about this stuff? It's been 4 years and I'm still seeing the same thing. I'm gonna keep on saying it. Y'all can leave. I'm gonna be saying it even when y'all gone. And when y'all come back, I'll still be saying it. Listen, you said mentally prepared, take survival as chunks of time to conquer that part. You said no. Okay. Because y'all can leave. When you come back in a year, I'll still be saying the same thing. Prepared. Okay. Just, I love y'all. And that's why I be fussing. I'm for real. I need y'all to be okay.
Natural disaster across pretty much all the southern states. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if you live in the pink area, you should plan to be without power for at least a week, maybe a month. That doesn't mean it's going to happen, but you need to prepare for it, because it wouldn't be the first time it happened, okay? This is that. People went without power for a month in Texas in 2021. This is a repeat of that. For you folks in the upper Midwest, where it's going to be like 30 below, take the largest electric bill you've ever had in your life and add, I don't know, 25% to that or more. Yeah. But more importantly, just be prepared. What it says.
All I can hear is old boy singing "Be Prepared" from The Lion King. Mm-hmm. That's what I hear. Is it Scar that sings that song, "Be Prepared"? Is that who sing it? Is that the name of the song? I don't know if that's the name of it, but I just feel like I hear him singing that real loud, and it's like dark. That's the song I'm hearing. So I think those are the words. Be prepared. Mm-hmm. Because we ain't got nobody come help us. Okay? Because the people. Oh, you said I've gotten a lot of things you have said to get. That makes me excited. Y'all, what if this is a way for the people all Think about what goes into effect tomorrow. Think about what they have been using this technology to do. The same people, and guess what? That's the areas they about to be heavy in. No, it's not that one. But that one too. Ugh. What if that's because did y'all see? I don't know if y'all seen it. Lyft is giving y'all information away. ICE is working with Lyft. Did y'all see that? And Lyft tells them your exact location, what you look like, and everything. Y'all saw that? Now I understand why all the Lyft drivers are getting pulled over. I couldn't understand why how they was just pulling over random people. It's not random. Did y'all know? Y'all hear? Yeah, it's Lyft. I took a screenshot so I can show y'all. Right here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's not it. Hold on. Lyft's policy is to disclose user data to law enforcement, including Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, when they determine they are legally required to do so. While Lyft indicates they will challenge overboard requests, they comply with valid legal orders, which can include subpoenas for records. Did you know? Types of data collected. Lyft collects extensive data, including ride history, date, time, destination, route, payment information, precise location data, as well as device information like IP addresses. This is why everybody getting pulled over in their lifts. You said this makes sense to the disclaimer on the housing research. Interesting. So they got to give their information to your information to. And now you see why I said I don't need nobody around me or nothing because I don't know who about to be giving out all the information, honey. In real life. In real life. Oh, I done missed all kind of stuff. How did I miss all of these? Really interesting. You said Uber. Why is they not showing me all of the? That's interesting. I done missed all kind of comments. That's weird. What? Y'all been commenting. Y'all know I ain't been seeing none of these. That's interesting. You stopped driving Uber and Lyft in 2022? That's crazy. I ain't been able to see none of these. I was like, why ain't nobody saying nothing? Y'all is. You said it makes me verify my face for DoorDash delivery now. Y'all better check y'all policies on there. I would go look up. They just kicked you out. Oh, because we telling them. It's okay. I'm going to keep doing it. Hi, Riz. Yep. Know about the displacement and they can't do anything about it. Oh, okay. Okay. Listen, it's getting real out here, right? I want to play some videos for y'all. I was gonna try to wait for class. I'm gonna let y'all do. I'm my TT baby. Um, but I know some of y'all already seen some of it, but I do think it's important for us to talk about it. I was trying to wait till after we did our class because I really need y'all to read that homework. Okay. I know some of you did, and we're not going to talk about it here. And y'all might think that I'm being grouchy, but y'all always think I'm being grouchy until y'all don't. So, with that, because you all are about to be the teachers, excuse me, you hear me? In different situations, once we are split up, exactly how God told, um, you said, I'm nervous to leave my people, TT, but God got us all. Well, I don't got no folks. They all Jesus people. All you got to do is do what he tell you to do, and that's going to be, you'll be all right. Right. That's all you got to do. Because y'all ain't mine. Y'all my family, but y'all his people. Y'all not mine. I love you too. I do a lot. Okay? Y'all don't belong. I mean, y'all might like we family because we in the blood of Jesus, but y'all belong to God. All I want to do, and that's why I ask him every day. I said, God, please help me because there's people's lives on the line. He said I missed class earlier. I went back and watched it. I can't believe no one wanted to teach you right, and they thought I was playing. I wasn't. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I gotta know it's working. How will I know if all these hours I stood up here are real? Like if it did something. You hear me? And you said if I wasn't at work, I sure would have got on. Don't worry about it. Okay, so what time you work so we know what time to have you on then? Don't play with me. Don't threaten me with a good time. Ah! Don't even don't even do it, cause we'll. What time you work tomorrow? Cause I know people probably think I'm aggressive, y'all, but y'all understand why I'm doing this, right? You get why I am? Because in a minute, we might not be able to talk to each other, right? And you might, again, okay, so we'll do it early in the morning then. Okay. So you might, again, be the only Jesus people see in the weeks and months and years going forward. And I don't want you lying under the Lord saying I taught you nothing crazy. You gonna tell the truth. You said I'm so shy, but was kicking myself after I went to my kids and told them what you did. My palms were sweating. Hilarious, yeah. All you gotta do is talk. Okay, student teachers, the easiest thing to do. Remember when I told y'all, if you are reading something and it makes your head snap back or your mouth drop open, that's the stuff I just want you to put a little star by, right? The things that resonate with you, you just put a little check mark or a line or something to that, okay? You said you've been true and present blessing for me and my teenage son, a true blessing. Well, that makes me happy. Tell my nephew, Titi, love him. You said you need to know what we got so we can teach someone else when they come. Exactly. 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 So don't be yelling at them if they don't do good on their presentation in front of the class. Don't even be on them. But I need to know. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay? Because we are like modern day disciples. We are spread out all over the world. God allowed us to come here and learn in peace, right? And tranquility and love and community. We got a chance to sow some amazing seeds into this earth before we left, sharing our stories, not being afraid to be vulnerable and to be open to learning new things. And I'm grateful for that. Like, I feel like God did his big one over here, right? You said try to leave and come back out. Oh, okay, so they playing with us. Because we about to talk about some real stuff. The people is over here. But that's why I don't be wanting people typing crazy stuff. I will learn our new language. Just give me a minute, but I would rather you type it in code and then have to say something a little bit different so that I can get it. Then you type in exactly what it is, and then they start doing this stuff, kicking people out. Still the internet. It's just not as restricted as TikTok, but that's why I said over here, folks that just keep typing whatever they want to, I'm just getting rid of them. And if you come over there, I'll silence you over here too, because I can't. We need to be able to get the information out. And the most important thing is getting the information out. So if you just type whatever you want, even though this isn't restricted, then that limits our ability to do that. And I don't like being limited. So I'll be right back. I probably need more coffee, but I'm not. Mm-mm. You said you're new to my channel and would like to know what books to get. The main ones that we study out of are these right here. The Old Testament Supergrapha. They're like 50 bucks on Amazon, right? But if you go to my YouTube and go all the way back to like just type in CERCA TROVA 22 and then go back to the 22s, it'll go through all the different books. It depends. I mean, do you already have these? You have these? These are the lost books of the Bible. Well, some of them. Good night. Right? So it has extra books in here. These books we read out of with the Bible mostly. You can also read this on sacred text. It's hot. But I don't know, because I don't... Okay, yeah. So, the Old Testament Supergrapha by James H. Charlesworth. Did I say it right? Yes, because I normally say it wrong. And I'll put the other guy's name in there. Those two books are $50 for the set. Just buy them in the set. It's easier. And that's normally what we study out of. It has the book of Adam and Eve in it and a whole bunch of books that you might not have ever read ever before. Okay. It's going to blow your mind. You might want to get a whole bunch of sticky tab things like this and as many highlighters as you can because you're going to need them. Now, I'll be right back. I'm running to the restroom. I would tell you to go look at the link, but I think I'm getting ready to get rid of my Amazon thing too. But seeing as how they all work for the government, I don't want them knowing where y'all stuff is as far as like our list and what we got. y'all. I really need to make some more coffee, but I don't want to because I want to go to sleep. All right, so let's go through some of this. Rika, is you still in here? If y'all wanna do it, we can do some of it now. Folks just gonna miss out because they didn't want to do it. If you still in here, I don't know if you sleep. Did you lay down already? She might have already left the class. Because I want to see what y'all got out of that. If there's anybody that want to do it, we can, or I'll just show y'all these videos and we can do it in the morning when y'all not sleepy. Why am I not seeing? You here? Did you read the homework, Mr. Hardy? We can just wait till the morning. You still have to read it. Oh, okay. 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 So focus on 421. The stuff that's on 421 and 422. Yeah. Because that's what, I mean, we read 421 through 424. But what we're going to focus on and what I need people that want to say what God gave them in there is 421 and 422. I mean, not 421. 521 and 522 in book 2. Okay? So we'll just go ahead and do these. I need to know what y'all got out of that. I'm not letting y'all off the hook with it. You're going to do this homework because it's important. It could be life-saving. And so this is why I'm like, I need y'all to do it. I need y'all to get it in you right here. Okay? Because in these times that we are coming into, the word is what's going to keep us going, y'all. Y'all get that, right? And we don't know how many interactive classes we have. So I want to make sure because it ain't no telling what they about to do. No, book 2. Book 2. The entertainment part of WOIU is over. Y'all graduates now. I don't gotta do all that. I had to put my fish hook out, but now that I done hooked all my fish, now it's moving on to the hard part. Okay. And I don't mean I got y'all. I mean, we did have 4 straight years of class, pretty much every day, almost every day, except for the days we was blocked or I didn't feel good. And I need to see if the seeds took. And so we're going to start when we read and study. It's not just going to be me up here teaching. I'm going to get some feedback on what the word was saying to you and what you got out of it, because in a moment, that might be our only study and it might just be by ourselves. But I want to know that you all have it, right? This has been fun. It's been whatever. But hopefully also you learned your study, tools and techniques and things so that if you have to be in some hole in the ground somewhere teaching folks, you're not just saying no wild and crazy stuff. Right? It's going to be important because we don't know what we're going to be used to do in this next phase. Now, going back to what we normally talk about, do y'all remember me asking y'all about, do y'all feel like we in the second half? Who remembers me asking that question? You do? Do y'all remember me asking that question over here? If you feel like we're in the second half? Yeah? Okay. I want to show you something, and you tell me, now, they are taking stuff from my phone. I figured that out yesterday. I screenshotted something, went back to look at it today, and it was not there. So, it was just a gray screen.
Breaking news, the government has given the go-ahead to this controversial super Chinese embassy in the old Royal Mint building. In the studio with us is Lord Campbell, Conservative peer. He's off to China next week. This is the timing, clearly, the Prime Minister. The Conservative Party completely opposed to this. What do you make of this decision?
It's flabbergasting. And basically, Keir Starmer came in saying his priority was to serve the people in Britain, but all he's doing at the moment, it seems, from a variety of decisions, whether it's on the Chinese mega embassy or it's on Chagos, is he's serving up the best week ever for Xi Jinping and for Vladimir Putin.
Breaking news.
Okay. So the dude in the UK ran on the same slogan as Trump. Britain first. Or whatever, right? Then, as soon as he got into office, he's dealing with Putin and the Chinese dude. Who is our president dealing with? Israel and Putin. Are you seeing it? Remember we talked about the leaders figuring out what they was going to do, but it was really going to be to bamboozle their own people. It's not just happening here. The exact same thing that is happening here is happening in Britain. How is it that Putin's name keeps coming up? Who's going to benefit from NATO not being a thing anymore? We know who. Okay? Gog and Magog are moved into place. You understand that? So our studies on Gog and Magog, the two giants, yeah. They're moving around and they're doing their thing. Now, there is a black military person. We're going to get to that. There's another. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. What's so crazy is I know I downloaded this freaking video. I think it's this one. Okay.
It seems that every day we're reminded that we live in an era of great power rivalry, that the rules-based order is fading, that the strong can do what they can and the weak must suffer what they must. And this aphorism of Thucydides is presented as inevitable, as the natural logic of international relations reasserting itself. And faced with this logic, there is a strong tendency for countries to go along to get along, to accommodate, to avoid trouble, to hope that compliance will buy safety. Well, it won't. So what are our options? In 1978, the Czech dissident Václav Havel, later president, wrote an essay called The Power of the Powerless. And in it, he asked a simple question: how did the communist system sustain itself? And his answer began with the greengrocer. Every morning, the shopkeeper places a sign in his window: Workers of the world unite. He doesn't believe it. No one does. But he places a sign anyway to avoid trouble, to signal compliance, to get along. And because every shopkeeper on every street does the same, the system persists. Not through violence alone, but through the participation of ordinary people in rituals they privately know to be false. Havel called this living within a lie. The system's power comes not from its truth, but from everyone's willingness to perform as if it were true. And its fragility comes from the same source. When even one person stops performing, when the greengrocer removes his sign, the illusion begins to crack. Friends, it is time for companies and countries to take their signs down. For decades.
Okay. What is that saying to y'all? He said, companies and countries. What's that saying to y'all? Because there's one more video I'm about to look for it and show y'all. But what did you hear him say? Huh? Did y'all? We are, Samantha. We are. Did we talk about other countries not doing business with us? Not sending their goods over here? Not doing none of that? And what that was going to do for our economy? You said, they're all working together against the, listen, okay. Remember we talked about, people's like, oh, that's happening over there. And I said, it's gonna come a time where whatever is happening over here is going to be happening over there too. You just won't know about it. So everybody is pumping Trump up to be this horrible world leader. Not saying that he's not. But all of them are doing it. And they're clicking up right now. All of the world leaders are getting together. We talked about this. Who keeps hearing G7? Y'all remember us studying about the G7? You're hearing the G7 a lot because he's trying to replace the G7. And we talked about how the G7 are some of the most powerful, those 7 people are some of the most powerful people on the planet. This is literally a class we had. And now the G7, how often do we talk about NATO and the UN here? The G7, NATO, and UN are 3 agencies or organizations that we talked about a ton at WOIU, is it not? Didn't we? We talked about NATO. We talked about the United Nations a lot. A lot. We talked about it a lot. And I told y'all everything that was going to happen. This red book. The agencies in this red book are what we needed to pay attention to. Okay? We talked about the G7 and they came out with the G20. I said, oh, there it go, y'all. We talked about the UN and the cards, and then we started seeing people in the United States that were paid by NATO to be here. Right after that, the United Nations had meetings about food and distribution and, what the age of this and that is, all of this. That was like 23 going into 24 and some of 25. Matter of fact, the UN in 23 or 24 started a partnership with TikTok. Who remembers that? Y'all remember? And that's when we really started getting SB, as soon as they signed that commitment with the UN. Because the UN is over a lot of what's happening right now as well. If you look at them, remember we went through the UN policies about how they wanted this global identification system, and everybody's going to have their little kingdom and all of that, and how the currencies are going to be melded together. Remember, we did this class. Well, that class that we did in 22 or 23 or 24, when we studied about it, we're watching it happen now. Remember on the movie, and they had the little band on their arm and it said "Unite" on the sides of the vans, because there was a catastrophic event that caused the world to go in chaos. And at first it was like, we're going to get the emergency taken care of. And then it was like, well, we need to know if you're on our side or not. So you need to be ID'd as a global citizen. If you don't have this global citizenship, you won't be able to go into the grocery stores, hospitals, and you're going to be hunted. Now, another thing, and I'm going to be quiet on this. Did we talk about being hunted? How often did you hear that statement here about us being hunted? We did. Do y'all see that people are saying we're being hunted? Exact statement. If you watch the people that are talking about what's going on with a certain organization, they're saying we're being hunted. And this is Americans saying we're being hunted. I just saw a video that blew my absolute mind, and you tell me what you think about this. So everybody is telling everybody to just comply or not be alive, right? Well,
what I'm about to tell you should it should shock you, but then again, in the current state we're living in, maybe it won't.
Hunger Games.
So I have a guy that I mentored to, and he's been in prison for some years. He went from a level 5, which is the worst one. He's in level 1. He's about to hit the streets. The debt to society is paid, and he's hit the streets in about 5 months. They are literally heavily recruiting inside the prison for ICE agents. Let me say that again. They are heavily recruiting inside the prison system for ICE agents. And here's the hook. Do you want to be a successful citizen when you return to the streets? Do you want to carry a gun? Do you want your right to carry a gun returned to you? Do you want to fight for the United States? Do you want to subvert all the damage that's being done by these undesirables? Then join ICE. Here's the thing about it. That literally goes against what they're saying. We want undesirables out. We want the people that have done bad. We want to get them out. You are recruiting in the prison. Let that sink in. But here's the real truth. It matters not who's in control as long as my father is on the throne. So as always, get right or get left. The term, there's no atheists in foxholes. Is good.
Huh? That's why they don't care about following the law. The niggas running around never did. That's why they don't care. Because most of the people that's in that community You can look them up, and they all have criminal offenses, so I know they're not lying. It ain't been one that didn't been exposed that didn't have a criminal record. Hello. Sometime, whether it be with a kid, or the abuse, whatever, we've been seeing it, and everybody's like, why are all? Because they're all freaking criminals for real. How in the hell is a criminal going to enforce the law, baby? They don't even abide by it. Hello. What law? We literally are living in the time of lawlessness right freaking now. We have a freaking criminal and all his criminal friends in the white. Nigga, what law? You just need to comply or die. Nigga, y'all don't even, everybody in y'all whole clique from the top, from the ruler to the baby, gotta, wait a minute. And y'all is arresting the criminals, is calling the people that's not criminals, and people are believing it. Baby, if this ain't Vampire in Brooklyn, do y'all realize that right now, Trump and his homeboys is the vampire in Brooklyn and that lagoon thing? Is that, what's his name? What's it, I can't, is that's not, what's his name? The good is the bad, and the bad, evil is good. Say it with me. Evil is good, and good is evil. Ain't that what he said or something? That. Nigga, we living it right now. So if you was wondering, there go your answer. We don't know who is behind those masks. Is this why all of the males are being assaulted? Is this why all the teenagers and children are being assaulted? They are being murdered. They are being beaten and kidnapped. Oh, they doing what they went to date. Oh, they just using all their skills they been had. Because all of what we are seeing is all of the stuff that these niggas done already either been picked up for, accused of, or went to jail for. How in the hell are the lawless the law? Make it make sense. Samantha, no, don't type that, pumpkin. That's why we said assaulted, pumpkin. Those kind of words bring the people over here, and then they're gonna be kicking y'all out. We know what assault is. That's not a key. They know that word now. They know grapes, and they know that. We just say assaulted. Right. Judge them by their fruit. That part. I need to find this specific one. Is this it?
Jared Kushner, right when Israel's future is on
No, that's not it. Basically, and I know I saved this video, but one of the leaders basically said that they are in the second half. And now I can't find the video. I said, oh, the second half of what? I don't know where it is. I know I downloaded it. You said they know how to work in the good, the bad, and the ugly. Listen. It don't feel like the son of perdition is alive and well right now? Remember, it says the evil was going to spread through the land like crazy. When the son of perdition was on the scene, everything now is lawless. Everything. taking food away from people, taking healthcare away from people, making people lose their companies, shooting people in the face. The son of perdition has to be here. Now, you know what I keep thinking about? Where is Lucifer's home? Or is it here, but also it's kind of here, but he's also the what? He has a specific name. But Prince of the I don't know, Amaru. I don't know. Which one? He's the Prince of the Air. Now, I was looking at this AI Atlas, right? It's what is it? Is it called AI Atlas? What is it called? 3-1 Atlas. What is it called? He's also the Morning Star. Yeah. What is the what is that? Is that what it's called? 3-Eye Atlas or whatever? What is it called? 3-Eye Atlas. Interesting. Oh, okay. Thank you. J Bond. J Bond is his name. What's another name for Enoch? Jay. Metatron. Rika. Atlas. Another name for Enoch is Atlas. Ain't Enoch supposed to be coming back to the planet? And I looked at the pictures. They said something is going on because it's two different things like spinning around each other. What if that's Enoch and Elijah? Right, because I saw how fast it's moving. And it's about time for them to show up. It's interesting that they would name that after him. And ain't they talking about it's supposed to be coming over here by us or something, like to drop our homeboys off, maybe? We know that people took a galactic trip to go see him, so he ain't above them. Remember the Giants they had to go on like a fly on their hands and stuff to go see him. So I'm just wondering, why did they name it that? Three-Eye Atlas. He's supposed to be here for the last 3.5 years of the world until he's finally unalived. So do that got anything to do with what's happening right now? And I don't know, because I don't really know how the stars and all of that work, but I was like, why? That's another name. for Enoch. And he's going to be here, him and Elijah, for 3.5 years or so. Right. I was just studying the asteroid by the name of, you said, Umamu? Umamu? Or Umamua? Girl, I don't know. We going to call him O. You said, and that means visitor from far away. Interesting. Yeah, they say Atlas and Enoch was the same person. I said, well, that because I was looking at it, and you can see like where the nucleus of it is or whatever. They was like, but what is those gases tumbling? And they couldn't. You said before Jesus comes back, it will be as in the days of Noah. Right. So you wondering, right? What if that's them? Because it's remember it said when the temple's going up. Well, it's already built. They just ain't telling us it really is. So it's time. The world had to be in chaos. The earth doing all the craziness with them just killing the innocent folks and everything. Because remember now, when he's revealed to the world, Enoch and Elijah have to testify against him. Remember, and fire's gonna be coming out their mouth. Is that why they about to mess with our TV? Because the same thing happened in Left Behind. They kept wanting to cut the feed so that people couldn't see the witnesses. Crazy how that's lining up, ain't it? That's why they want to control what we see. Because I don't know, but just put the pieces together. Do it sound like something to you? Or am I tripping? Maybe I do need coffee. I said, why would they name that after him? And then it's 3 years. That's real interesting. And everybody's so fascinated with it. Could it be because it's a spaceship to bring them back? At the time when the Antichrist is getting ready to be revealed, at the time when World War is, it freaking lines up. I was like, wait a minute, they playing in our face for real. Not y'all know they on their way. Because guess what? Now, let me ask you a question. Did y'all see they said that the UK, they banks is urging them, listen now, they banks is urging them to do something with the money just in case an alien invasion happens? Y'all seen it? Would a person that lived a long time ago coming from another dimension be considered an alien? Returning to Earth? Like Enoch and Elijah? Because they've seen heaven. That means they've been in a different dimension. And if they're coming back to Earth to oppose Satan in the flesh, because we're going to literally get to see Satan in the flesh, the man is not the Antichrist right now. He is the avatar for the Antichrist. But once he is shot 3 times and he gets back up 3 days, or however many, I think he's going to be shot 3 times or once. I don't know. But I know he's going to be shot in I think it said the head, and his wound is going to be healed. He's going to lay in the streets of Jerusalem for 3 days, and then he's going to get up. But when he gets up, he will be Satan himself in the flesh. So, where are we at in this right now? Because, see, people think it's just the person. No, there are other things that have to happen. He has to be wounded first. Not that little wound on his ear. No, he's going to lay out dead for 3 days. And when he gets back up, Lucifer himself, the fallen angel, will inhabit that body. And then that's when the world will see terror like it's never seen it. But during that time, Enoch and Elijah, the 2 witnesses, will be here to testify against him. So is that why they about to play with our eyes with this whole illusion mess? Because they don't want us to know what's real and what's not. I'm just saying. Because technically Enoch and Elijah coming back would be like an alien invasion because they've been to another dimension and came back. They lived in the first half of the world for the most part, and now they're back. That's an alien invasion, if the government would ever tell you it is one. You said, Dad said, watch the signs in the sky. You said, this is very important. And there was another important sign in the sky before 5 Atlas. Okay. There's been plenty. I don't think that there's just one. It's just me, though. I think there's been plenty of signs. He told us. Right? I'll be right back, y'all. I gotta find that video of that second half part. I was thinking about 30 coins, y'all. Sorry about that. I was thinking about 30 coins. And to those of y'all that have watched 30 coins, you remember they had that black obsidian or whatever it was. I can't remember that rock. But once they put that monolith down into that hole, it opened up a spaceship, a rock one. Remember, that was from ancient technology that allowed them to fly into the eye of God, which was basically like heaven. What if it was the exact opposite of that? Because that would describe that Atlas thing. And we know they got to tell us the truth, but they twist it. So what if it's not man getting into the eye of God? What if it's Enoch coming from the eye of God? Because Enoch got to see everything from beginning to end, and he's the only one that did. Remember, technically he's like an eye of God because God told him everything. It's already he the one that wrote it down. So if you think about it, what they showed us in 30 coins is just reversed with Enoch coming back from the face of God and knowing everything from beginning to end. You said, oh, the way I'm too lit. Do you see? Because they switch everything, right? So think about that. And the rock looked just like an asteroid that they had to put down into that thing. Remember, it was ancient technology. Exactly. He's the heavenly scribe. He is. And where? How did he get that? He got to sit face to face with God, the eye of God, and he sees everything. Like, and think about it. In that 30 coins, a lot of what we read in the lost books is in that movie. A lot of what is happening right now, not in that movie, but in that show. You said your text is mirroring itself. I don't know. Okay? That's because the people is over here. Y'all, anytime y'all see this doing whatever, okay, I get it, but I know they over here. We talking about stuff we're not supposed to be talking about. No, I'm just telling you, the people is over here. It really is mirroring itself. Go out and come back in, Mr. Hardy. Who think I'm tripping? Raise your hand. If I'm not, just tell me. What y'all think? They played in our face again, probably. Because they told us giants wasn't real, and then we start seeing them. They told us mermaids weren't real, and then we started seeing them. Everything that they told us what it was, they just told us the opposite. So is this why different governments are preparing for beings to come from another dimension, because they know for a fact that Enoch and Elijah are on their way back? You got to think about it. The Vatican has all the scrolls. And if you remember in End of Days or any of the End of the World movies, it was always a clergy around somewhere that had some knowledge that nobody else had. Don't forget that. They were watching the stars. Remember, they're the ones that own the Smithsonian. They're the ones that own all of the rare artifacts, Mary's skull, and all of the bones, and all of the staffs, everything. I wouldn't be surprised if they got Adam and Eve's clothes. Would not be surprised at all. They got all of the prophets' bones and the, giant stuff. They have all of that. So, and they have, where y'all think them big old books is? That's taller than human men and women. That are real books. They 6-7 feet tall. Where do y'all think them at? Don't forget that God talked to the giants too. Not all of them, but he did give them dreams and visions and stuff as well. Okay? So, don't forget that. So there's books and stuff and prophecies. Ain't no telling. But they know what's coming. That's why they're lining up for it. They know what's up. I really need to find this video of the man saying we in our second half, and I don't know where it is. That's so crazy. Oh. One other thing. Do y'all remember me telling y'all other countries prepare their people? Our country don't tell us nothing. This is why we needed to be ready. Fun fact from the movie Greenland. The comment is named Clark in a tribute to the late Arthur C. Clarke, author of the 1993 novel Hammer of God. And you know what it did in the movie. Interesting. Like Thor? Yes, we still here.
You gotta give credit to the Pentagon for their ability to misdirect the press, and as a result, people like me. Because everybody at the time, when I made a video where I was talking about 1,500 troops being deployed, was asking the Pentagon, is this in relation to Minneapolis? And they didn't really give straight answers, yes or no. And people sort of, reporters specifically took the sort of lack of a straight answer as like sign that, oh, perhaps this is what it's for. And so it was easy to read that reporting and then obviously be like, okay, well, that must be what it's for, right? The Washington Post was even reporting that. But no, we all got fucking duped. And instead, now what I wake up to is Greenland's prime minister is telling its citizens, like, you need to prepare to be invaded. NATO stopped sharing intelligence with the United States as of today. Like, Trump's over here leaking texts from him and Emmanuel Macron, where Macron is begging him, like, hey, please come to Paris. We can get the G7 together and hash this out. We can even have Russia and Ukraine in the margins if we need to. Trump has no interest in that. None. I don't really think that people get it. It's like if we do this, if we blow up NATO, it is unfathomable how bad this will be for the United States. Like this is not a thing that winning another election solves. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, invading one of your own allies is not a thing that getting a different president in the office does anything to ameliorate the effects of. The only way that any country in the current NATO bloc would trust the United States again is if a person ran and said, when I get into office, I will try, prosecute, and imprison. I will guarantee the imprisonment of everybody who had any part in making this invasion happen, whether they were in the military, throughout the...
Did God tell us that they were going to always do the opposite of what they said? And if they say they about to do this, that's how we know they... I didn't even know all that is going on in Mexico at the border. I had no idea until recently. Not only is he about to go in Greenland, he gonna try to figure out a way to go into Canada too. That's why they up there at the top of there. But we talked about it, did we not? We talked about he only getting right there so he can invade. I said Canada, but Canada is going along with Greenland. Hello? So did God tell us the scrum dilly before they could even get it out on the news good? Remember the other day, and I had the map, and I said, hey, look at where these... I said Connecticut is so that they can do what they gonna do, and Minnesota. They trying to get up north. Who was here for that? And that's exactly what's going on. They really don't care about Minnesota. It's what they trying to get to. You was here? Because if he go into Greenland, Canada is going against him. That's why they at that Canadian border. Because they plan on running in there too. Crazy, right? Literally, they was like, oh, we're sending them to Minnesota, da 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 da. No. What y'all think? Think that's crazy? They was telling everybody they was sending them to Minnesota for Minnesota. God told us they was sending them to Minnesota to get to Canada and on over there to Greenland. He about to go up in there. That's why he said, I'm not worried about peace no more. How did you just form a board of peace and then say, I don't believe in peace. They didn't give me a Nobel Peace Prize, so I don't need to form any peace. It is. That's exactly what it was. We talked about it the other day. And then what is this, 2 days later after that class is the reality? And y'all don't think our dad be putting us on in real life? It is mind blowing. And our daddy told us, didn't he? We talked about this just the other day. I said, yeah, I don't think that he's in Minnesota to be in Minnesota. I think he's in Minnesota because he about to do some crazy stuff. And here we are a couple days later, and that's what they said. So, I'm going to find the other one for class tomorrow. I can't find it right now, and I know y'all about to go to bed, and I am too. But for my folks that's in the southeastern part of the United States, the southern United States, you need to have all your emergency stuff ready. If you have small generators, large generators, you need to make sure that stuff is ready. You need an emergency kit, a way to cook if the lights go out. If they're out for longer than 72 hours, you need a way to heat your home safely. You need to make sure that you have some type of emergency stuff in your car. God forbid, if you're trapped in the car, you need to have some stuff in there, like a can of food, couple candles, or whatever you got that you can keep you warm. If you got a big metal can, that's a good thing to have. The old coffee cans, right? The metal ones, because you can put a candle down on the inside of there, and that will create a heater in your car just in case you're trapped in your car. Okay, now you won't want to kick that over or anything, but it'll create a heater, and you get a smaller candle, right? That's smaller, and so it got space, but that can heat up your car just in case you're stuck in, whatever. Also, make sure y'all jumper boxes, if you have that, check your cold crank amps to make sure it's enough, right? Because if it gets so cold, sometimes the battery don't work. Make sure you have that just in case you're at work when the storm starts. On the road or whatever, you want to have that. Okay. God forbid you need a window breaker just in case you have to break a window to get in or out. Okay, it's of your car because we don't know what's gonna happen. And ice, sometimes it take a long time to get off the car. If you have the money and it's not too much, go get some Rain-X and spray all your windows. If you got a garage, you can pull it in there, warm the garage up, right? Don't have your car running, but make sure the garage, like, put a little heater out there, warm the garage up, and spray it on your windows. And so it will, when you turn your defrost on, you can cover your car glass. Yes. Also, get you some Rain-X, because if you do have to defrost, say you would go to work and then you come out and it's ice, it'll slide all that stuff off real quick. A Rain-X is a deal to have, right? If it's sleet and all that stuff, it'll beat up and roll right off. So, get you some Rain-X. You said, just came in and it's getting cold now. You said prepare for the storm. Come on, One Love. That's exactly, you said blankets to insulate the windows, right? So, all of these different things, because we don't know. And the way they playing with the weather, they don't know either, right? So we want to make sure that we have what we need. I went over maybe getting some oil lamps. We found out you can use olive oil in these. They be having them for a little, and sometimes you can get them for $5, right? Because it's just the old school, and they come with this one actually comes with a wick, so I think it's already down in there, but you can get extra ones for just in case. You need a way to cook just in case the power goes out, because your gas lines probably are not going to work because it's on an electrical system. So you'll want to get, did I take it out of here? No. If you can, get a butane stove, right? If you can, get you a butane stove, and that way you can heat water cook. Sis said one can lasts you about 2.5 to 3 hours for cooking and for boiling water, for washing up or cleaning or whatever you got to do, making dish water. Also, if you can, just in case the pipes bust, God forbid, try to get you a portable toilet. They got them cheap. You can put a bucket or bags or whatever under this, right? Get some what y'all say, cat litter for this too? Kitty litter will work. I don't know. That was for outside, for the snow. Never mind. If you can't find no salt, you can get kitty litter to try to help with the ice and all of that. But just in case, you need to get you a portable toilet. right? Or some type of seed, a bucket, something, just in case the pipes bust, because ain't gonna be no running water. So you don't want to have to be pooping in the same toilet, okay? That way, at least if you got a couple bags, you can double that up, put it in a bucket, okay? So it works for toilets too. Okay, so kitty litter, if you can't find nothing else for your poop bucket, get you some kitty litter so it can solidify, and then you can, be on. You don't want to be stuck in no house and the toilet is overflowing with poop and pee. That's nasty. So also for your pipes, like your spigot outside, you can get pool noodles or heat tape, things like that, to keep the pipe insulated so that it doesn't, freeze from the outside in. If you have a water hose, I think they normally tell you to disconnect those if it's going to be an ice storm, because it'll freeze up the water hose and then freeze into the house, and that's how your pipes get messed up. If it's going to be real cold, I would say the sinks, like under the sink, under, anywhere where you got pipes that could bust that you can access, I would be putting some pool noodles or getting some heat tape to wrap them, okay? Because you want to try to keep it as long as you can. If you have solar generators or any type of generator, I would make sure that those things are charged. Your light bulbs are charged, emergency lights. If you can, even if some of you should have the water filtration, not water filtration, but water purification tablets. I don't know how much they are now. I know you can normally get them at like Walmart for like $4. Sometimes they have them on sale in the camping department. But if you can get some water and just fill the water up out of your sink, so you don't have to go spend a lot. If you can just go get like plastic water bottle, I think they sell these at like Dollar Tree and stuff too. But get you some of those so you can kind of save space. But just in case, you can sit these outside, let them freeze, right, and bring them in and use it as a cooler as well, in like a bin or something to keep your food. But you can also melt it down, and it's already going to be, put your tablet in here. Now y'all got drinking water, water to wash your hands or to boil, so that you can, sanitize the house or whatever. So definitely look into some hard plastic, or, something that you can set up, and it'll be a little bit easier to carry around if you have to like take boiling water, not in this, but make boiling water to wash up or whatever. Okay, that's just a couple of things. I would definitely get soup and stuff, so stuff you don't have to make a lot. But we got soup powder that we make. Also, they have lamp oil that you can purchase a big gallon size of, just in case, but we found out you can use olive oil for that as well. I think that's pretty much it. Just thinking about the basic necessities, which is heat, something to eat, a way to clean, and a way to stay warm. I love y'all. I ain't gonna keep y'all. I'm probably gonna be on here later, since it's 1:24 in the morning. I had laid down and took a nap, but once I saw that there's a storm coming, and some people are saying it's already rolling in where they are at, I wanted to make sure folks knew. And even if you don't think you in the area where it's going to hit that bad, you still need to have your stuff ready. Okay. So I love y'all, and good night. Probably won't be on to the afternoon. We'll see how things go. Well, no, because I want us to be able to do that class in the morning. So we'll see how I go. I don't know, because it's my main week. It just started, so we're going to see. Yeah, you said de-icer, antifreeze for cars, no water in the radiators. Right, all of that. Why is they not letting me see all y'all? This is crazy. I love y'all. Good night, sis. Make sure y'all pray for the people that are homeless and stuff too, because it's about to be cold. I love y'all. Make sure y'all get y'all stuff charged up though. Girl, and that's why I've been snapping at people. I don't know. It's like, why am I being so mean? Just rolling my eyes at people and stuff. Oh, that's why. I don't even be paying no attention to days going so fast. I love y'all.